Merry December and happy holidays and Merry Christmas when the time comes. Welcome to December Daily 2025, told in a golden book from the voice of Rudolph. How he would approach December Daily in one of his own books. We are on day 2 in my prompt list, and the prompt is lights. So, how would Rudolph, what kind of lights would Rudolph have, and how would he have them, and where would he have them, are the thoughts that went through my head at 2:30 this morning when I started this video. Well, it was actually more like quarter to 4 when I started the video. And thus the voiceover. So I'm going through my pile of lovely ephemera, some of it given to us from the class I took at Scrapbooks by the Sea. Again, not affiliate, just a huge fan. And I just did this class the weekend before Thanksgiving on the 22nd of November. And using the book that we made and having a ball so far. My plan is to do December Daily from Rudolph's point of view, but keep his story. I want to keep his story going. So I would be working around the pages that have the original story. So there'll be 2 stories, but my story theoretically won't have words. It'll just have parts of Rudolph's world. And I do these a lot. I enjoy doing these, but it's look at all the crud on my shirt. I don't know what that is. It's kind of like world building, I guess, story building for the basis of a book or a game or whatever you want to do, whatever I want to do. And I guess I don't really know, but I think I approach, well, I don't know that for sure at all, that I approach this like, as if somebody might be writing a book and, you need these, and these, and I've seen so many, I listened to so many interviews with the lady that wrote Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling, even though, she's come out as kind of a semi, I guess, a bad person now. I really haven't paid that much attention. And I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, although I do think she sat in a bakery on days and wrote on any pieces of paper she could find because she was a poor single mother and had a toddler, from what I remember correctly, I think. And I think, did she? Anyhow, that's not the point I'm trying to make. And she would, on pieces of paper for a year before she started writing the book, she would get all the characteristics of each character and kind of have them cemented in her head with notes and everything. And if I were to ever write a book, which I don't know if I ever will, I have a dream to write a book about Lake Murray, where I live most of the year. But its surroundings, and it would be a kid's book because that's all I could manage, but its surroundings and the characters that live around me, the beaver, the herons, the osprey. Did I tell you my sister and I saw a bald eagle the other day here at the beach? There are some, but I've seen one once before, and it was around the Murrells Inlet area, and that's where we saw it the other day. Anyhow, squirrel. I would establish characters like this, and I don't know if that's the way you normally do it. I don't know if that's where novices do it, how they do it, establish an entire character and all of its traits and all of its surroundings and its personality and flaws, blah, 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 blah. So I'm establishing Rudolph behind the scenes of his story. It's kind of where my head is at, and the prompt list is at, I believe. So I said the date today, the prompt was lights, and I'm still trying to preserve the pages of ephemera that we were given to use in this book and that I have chosen to use in my book. And each little page, I kind of want to preserve it somehow so that like, this is a cookbook page, or this is a page of sheet music, or whatever. It's kind of how I want to approach this. And I have these stickers. I don't know where they came from. They kind of look like a happy planner shape, size type stuff, but it works for what I want to do, which is make a wild and wacky string of Christmas lights. Now, if you know anything about Rudolph, you know that he could not buy any kind of lights except for ones that were all red, that match his nose, right? Right. So I'm trying to make red lights out of all of these different scraps of red paper that I have. Kind of make them uniform, kind of make them out of all different shades of red. I picked out some red scraps out of my book. I thought about maybe putting them underneath this green 'Tis the Season sticker, but then I'd already put it down and it stuck pretty well to the vellum. And the vellum is just kind of like a tip-in so that you can still peek underneath it and see that this is a cookbook recipe for salted pralines or something like that. There's something on my scissors. Anyhow, but I'm like, okay, the lights are on string, kind of like where the wiring comes from. I don't know how I'm going to handle that, but we'll get there one step at a time. So I go through and make a bunch of lights and cut them all out and spray them around this piece of green sticker paper. I was trying to figure out what I was going to say. I have managed to get them pretty much all the same size and same shape of the old-fashioned kind of bulb lights that I like, the kind that are around our deck right now. Actually, I should take a picture of those. I wonder if I could take them from the top balcony looking down to the second balcony. Then I could have lights in the beginning of my video, just like Allie Edwards does. It's this is my favorite journal to. It's almost my favorite journal to make. It's my second favorite. I think I said that yesterday. My favorite is Halloween. Look at that hair. I haven't brushed it yet. It doesn't look like. Anyhow, my 49ers won Sunday yesterday. Yay, yay, yay. They need to win the rest of their games, I think, to be even considered to make it in the rankings of a wild card, just because there's some other good teams in their division, and they're all fighting for their lives, except for LA. I think LA is a shoe-in for at least the playoffs. The LA Rams. There's now two LA teams, which I didn't realize. There's LA Rams and LA Chargers. I guess I did know that because they made a new stadium for the two of them to use. But anyhow, okay. Rudolph doesn't play football. I don't think. He does. But I love the cutesiness, the charm of the drawings in this book. I don't know. I guess I need to research Golden Books because in the old days, I loved how their illustrations, just love them. Yeah, I think that lady has bedhead. You can see a little bit of gray through there too. Yikes, yikes. But this is very meditative. You know, when you come to these kind of projects, you don't always get meditative because you're thinking your way through it. You're assembling a lot of little pieces. At least that seems to be the way it works for me a lot. And here I am trying to figure out, do I want to stick them underneath this green sticker? And I'm like, no, it's really stuck here. I don't know how I'm going to get it back up and get it under there without messing up my vellum. So I'm trying to think of another way to do it. And I think I came up with a way to just have how my lights are stored quite often, unless my husband puts them away. If I put them away, they kind of go into a jumbled mess. My husband puts them away, they're wrapped around something, and they're nice and neat. Yeah, he's one of those guys. Yeah, fortunately. He has made me better, but not perfect by any means, obviously. But he makes me better, but not perfect. I don't think I want to be perfect. I don't want to lose all my charm, you know. So I'm almost to the end of collecting all my different reds that I want to use. And they're all pretty darn close. Some of them are children's construction paper. Some of them are out of another magazine from somewhere. Some of them are, I think, I don't know if there's any Amy Tangerine paper, but that almost looks kind of like Daphne's Diary paper, but I don't think they had that much red. I don't know where that piece that I just cut out is because it has a lot of writing on it. But so the other shades of red I picked out, I think, are not the right shade, but I do manage to squeeze one or two out of here. And this is some of that masking paper from the paint store that I got. I don't know why my head is so much in the way. I mean, I do, but I don't know what I did differently. It seems like I put the camera in the same place. Anyhow, we are cold. We are a little bit warmer than we were yesterday, 1 or 2 degrees, but fortunately we have no snow and we have no rain yet. I think the rain is coming maybe like by tomorrow evening. The football game, the 49ers were playing Cleveland, and they were up in Cleveland, and it was so cold. They were predicting snow, ice, rain by the end of the game. And I don't think, because I watched it until like the last 3 minutes, because news flash, they won. My team won. But they were all putting on those big, heavy, huge, like flannel-lined blanket cape things they wear as soon as they got off the field, and putting on, Brock Purdy had to put on an elbow thing that had battery-operated heating element in it to keep his recovering injury on his elbow limber. On his throwing arm, he had stuff in his shoe where he had turf toe. I didn't realize turf toe was so dangerous, but not dangerous, but a hard injury to heal from. It's something underneath your big toe. On the bottom of your big toe, you have a bunch of ligaments, and it's a hard place to heal. So here's where I was going to put the electrical socket on the end of the light bulbs. However, the gold doesn't stand out enough from this pen, so I end up using my gold Liquitex that I did bring with me and painting it gold, so it does shine a little bit brighter. Because there is electricity in the North Pole way up here at the toy factory, or wherever Rudolph lives, at the toy factory, I guess, with Santa and the elves and all. So this is about where I gave up because my gold was not coming across gold enough. Yeah, the football game was cold. I don't know if they had a lot of wind in that stadium, apparently. Why in Cleveland do you have an open-roofed stadium is beyond me. But I guess some of the charm of football is it's supposed to be part of the year it's hot, part of the year it's cold. Our Gamecocks lost to Clemson, which is our huge rivalry. Yeah. They played at home in Columbia. They have not won that game between them and Clemson at home since 2013, I think they said. Now, we won them. We won them. We beat them last year, but we were up in Clemson. Every year they go either Clemson or Columbia. Clemson or Columbia. But both coaches are on thin ice, whether, pun intended, for their jobs, because they both have not had a great season. And Shane Beamer, the USC coach, even though he's from football royalty, they keep saying he has like a great game, and then he has a so-so game, then he has a okay game, then he has a fantastic game, and I don't think we had a winning season this year. So he's on thin ice. The only problem is you still have to fulfill their contract monetarily, and then you have, another coach to pay once you hire a new coach. So there's been times, as my husband says, we have the best coaches tuition can buy. So, or ESPN royalties can buy. Anyhow, and a huge football stadium. Our stadium holds over 80,000 people. I've been in there when it's been 80,000 people, and it is loud, very loud. So I have all my light bulbs with gold paint on them, but now I have a lot of wet paint that I have to wait for it to dry. So I was thinking I was going to put the plug right here where he plugs them in the North Pole to a extension cord, or 2 or 3 extension cords like I used to do. Fire hazard, but they have a lot of snow to put out fires up there. So I'm trying to come up with a cord. I think I would have done it a little bit differently, but it's too late now. So now, since this is Rudolph, and this Rudolph is my creation, this is what my cords usually look like. Kind of a jumbled, twisted mess, but still fun. Still fun. And then I thought I want to, oh dear, I've already gotten the paint all over me. I want to have a little bit of detail on the plug, and I think I'm going to make my number, and I'm going to make titles, at least on this one. I think I'm going to get some ransom note letters. I love the look of those kind of letters that you can cut out of magazines, or get a book that has them, or 2 or 3. I think I have 3 of those books here from different sources, because I didn't think I have any here, so I keep getting more books. Anyhow, I think I might go to Barnes & Noble today to see if they have a Christmas book like that Halloween book that I had at Halloween, all that different paper. They are expensive, but oh my. Now, I do have plenty of other Christmas stuff here because I brought it from home for the class. I have some more stamps, which I need to get out. And I have red and green ink. I have some more paper that I brought, plus my own paper that I made. I think I have learned how to make a link to my Amazon book. So there should be an Amazon link to my book in the description below, just like everybody else says. I know. And thank you to the ones that have already bought it. Thank you so much. So much fun. My husband's daughter saw it, and she was impressed. My sister saw it. She was impressed. The one I'm making for the beginning of 2026 is bigger. It's going to be thicker. Now that I've got the hang of it, and I can't stop, apparently, it's going to be a little thicker. But it's just all wild stuff because it doesn't have a theme. But totally so much fun. So here's my ransom note sticker book. I believe I got this at Barnes & Noble. So I'm pulling out all the letters, but I want them to be completely different from each other. And I couldn't find an H that was small enough and different from what I was already using. So I made my own H, which is okay. It fits in perfectly fine. But I love these things. And I have a whole box of letters that I cut out from magazines at home too. And I have traveled back and forth with that box at times. I just don't have it here, but I do have these books. And I have a regular one that you just cut up in glue from somewhere, probably from Amazon, KDP printing, just like what I did. But that's my husband's phone. Don't listen. Anyhow, so some of this it's so much fun just to have the imagination to sit here every morning, hang out with you guys, see all your great comments, and watch other people build December dailies too. I love this. This is a very creative month, and I love October and this month. I love it. Just checking out other people's videos and seeing what they did, and collecting ideas for next year. Working on next year, as always. So I think this is almost coming to an end. Almost. No, I guess I have a little bit more. I'm giving my lights time enough to their gold sockets to dry. Now I'm up here fiddling for some more paper. But anyhow. So tomorrow my prompt will go somehow, some way over the top of the illustrated page. And I'm not sure where it's going to go and how I'm going to achieve it. I don't want everything to be a tip in because then the book will be thick, which would be okay. I didn't allow for that in the spine, but as it is, I might have to recreate the spine anyhow, because I still don't have it done right. I just don't know how I would. Oh, you know what I could do? Maybe like, well, I was going to say I could like recreate the Toyland, where you see that Toyland shop. Recreate that or photocopy it and have that as a tip in or a fold out or something, and have like my prompt, whatever I choose to do, I'm not sure, in, the tip in. I don't know. Or recreate that whole top half of the page and do something else and then have I don't know. I don't remember what my prompt is for tomorrow. Um, hmm. I don't know. I have to think about that a little bit. Or incorporate it on the picture, but then see the next picture underneath on the opposite page. The other side of this paper would be messed up if I were to like sew red stripes on the candy cane or something. I haven't thought this through, as you can tell. But, it might be where everything is a tip in. I don't know. Tip in central, perhaps. I don't know. Anyhow, I love how these lights are turning out completely. And of course, Rudolph's lights are all red for his nose. And that's how he guides his sleigh at night. Correct? Correct. I even have one I put on the cookbook page, the ephemera page. Now, there are other pages in here that are not the story. I don't know. I got to think about this. I got to think long and hard. I could just have I could have all of my prompts on the pages that aren't the story pages. Like all the extra paper that I added in here. I might do that. I might do it that way. I could have accordions off of it, pockets with little books tucked in on the other paper. I might do it like that because I don't want to mess with the story. I want the story to still be available. So there's two things, the world building and then the story in this one journal. I need to go back and look and see if I have enough extra paper in the middle of some of these other pages, the actual story. So I think I finished my lights page and I really, really like it a lot. It's cute. It's whimsical. This is some scallops that I made from my own paper. This one row that I'm cutting out is from the images from my book. And on my book, you can photocopy it and have twice as much paper, or each page is in there twice. You can shrink it down. You can do, all kinds of things with those shapes just by altering, like scanning it and altering it yourself. And that's kind of what I did here. I shrunk each page down and made scallops out of it. And I'm going to use this on the inside cover, I believe is where I put it. Now I can't even remember what I did with it. But fun things. You could make circles out of it. You just can't resell it. That's all I ask. But it's so much fun to do this kind of stuff. The hybrid method. I'm learning more and more. I found out on Allie Edwards, one of her local recent posts. I was going to put it there to cover up the hinge, but it really doesn't show through that much. The hinge part does not, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to put it on the inside. But she taught a hybrid. She teaches hybrid classes, but she's pretty intense. I can't remember which one it is. A lot more intense than I think my brain span can handle. But I like it on the inside of this little page here with all the toys, which I chose to leave the way it should be. Leave it the way it is from the story, not the way it should be. But I think having two stories in one, spaced out between the other pages, is cute. Very, very cute. And just adding little bits and pieces here and there. So then I was thinking, what else can I add? I have done my reason why, but it was on a piece of paper that's downstairs, and when I made the video, everybody was still asleep. So when I mean everybody, I mean the husband and the dog. So I did not go down and get it because I don't want to disturb the dog, who will then disturb the husband, who then disturbs the entire park. But I have notes to myself so I don't forget. But, oh, this is so much fun. So much fun. And technically, since I'm doing, maybe just the ephemera paper pages, I could put something else on here. We'll see. We'll see how much I load them up. I love these stamps. Oh, we got those from art class. I have done a lot of the New Yorker magazine Christmas covers before, recreating those one form or fashion from way back when. I love those. I love the artwork on the New Yorker. And I thought about having this guy dangle someplace, but I'm not sure how I would do it. So I'm holding off. Going through my other bits of ephemera and seeing kind of what I want to do. I'm not sure. That came from the class. That's cool. Saturday evening post playing card. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to think ahead because I want it to be in the moment of when I sit down in the mornings and when I come up here. But I do love these stamps. I might make some more or collect some more. Maybe just off of Google Images. Oh, this is so much fun. So what I did do, though, is I need to put the napkin that we got from the class and the tissue paper that I have on some cardstock so that I can use it. And I Mod Podged them down. I ripped both the napkin and the tissue paper, which I was very angry about. But now that I think about it, I might be able to patch it with other pieces. But I pulled the napkin apart. There was only one other layer to this napkin. I was able to pull it apart using the piece of tape method. And it was bigger than my cardstock, so I just cut out 1/4, one square of it. And if I want more, I'll just glue some more down. But this is a gorgeous napkin. I have never done this before. But our teacher had some, in one of her books, sample books that she showed us, some of the paper glued down onto cardstock. And I was like, so pretty. So I'm like, I think I'm going to do this, but I end up ripping. You can't manhandle it like I'm manhandling it. I went across the top with more Mod Podge, but when I did that, my credit card had some gunk on it from somewhere, and it snagged the napkin, I think on the hindquarters of the reindeer. So I'm thinking I can cover it up, but then that'll mess up another square of the napkin. So I don't know. It may not. Oh, I went through the H in Christmas. That's what I did. It might just blend in enough that I may not notice. I don't know. But it'll now be dry that I can use it tomorrow or whenever it's ready to go. And if I use it and want another one, I'll do some more. I was able to do all of a huge piece of tissue paper, all of the cardstock size of this. And I think this tissue paper came from the Dollar Tree. I mean, it was super cheap, but I manhandled this one too much too, apparently, because at the end I ripped this one too. Jeez. Right? Almost in the same spot. It's funny. Anyhow, so those are drying. I have those ready to go. So much fun. I love this. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Bye.